There is a statistic that shows that wealthy people are more likely to steal things. In this video, we're looking at 10 great examples of that. Number 10. The President of the Czech Republic steals a pen on camera. Václav Klaus was the president of the Czech Republic in 2011. Now, we don't really know how much presidents earn in the Czech Republic, but high-ranking positions like the leader of a country do not exactly pay peanuts. That makes this theft all the more ridiculous, as not only did Václav steal a pen, he stole a ceremonial jewel-encrusted pen on live television. Even if he was stupid enough to think the cameras there for the sole reason of filming him sign a document wouldn't catch him pilfering the ink coffin, it was a ceremonial pen, as in, that's exactly the kind of thing people would notice going missing. When asked to comment, Klaus simply responded that he takes things all the time, which apparently makes it okay. Number 9. The King of Egypt steals a watch from Winston Churchill. King Farouk of Egypt, despite being a king with wealth to rival Nintendo, was a very, very angry man and a noted miser. A miser, for the uninformed, is basically the kind of person who'd eat a 5-bean chili and a packet of soap powder on a Monday if they wanted a bubbly bath on Wednesday. Farouk was noted to have the demeanor of a young child, as in, if Farouk saw something that he wanted, he would just take it, regardless of the owner. Along with stealing a watch from Winston Churchill, Farouk also stole from the Shah of Persia's coffin, because when you're a king with godlike power and a penchant for taking whatever you feel like, ghosts pose little threat to you. Number 8. The celebrity chef who stole onions while buying champagne. Though famous chefs probably don't earn the same money as kings and presidents, the fact that they own restaurants that charge a week's wages for a chicken coated in tiger eyes would indicate that they're not exactly the kind of people who hurt for money, which makes the case of Anthony Worrell Thompson all the more depressing. The famed British chef was arrested in 2012 for stealing cheese, coleslaw, and onions, among other items. After the case gained steam, Thompson broke down and confessed to crying himself to sleep at night, as well as stealing trivial items, while at the same time buying hundreds of pounds worth of champagne. So if you ever thought the rich people have it easy, just remember that somewhere out there is a rich guy crying himself to sleep because he can't stop stealing onions. Then again, he's doing that crying in a bedroom bigger than most of our houses, so, well, I suppose he can just suck it up. Number 7. The millionaire's daughter who stole makeup with $320 in her purse. Caroline Giuliani was caught in 2010 stealing several $100s worth of makeup from an expensive makeup shop. After being caught and promptly told to cut that stuff out, she was dragged to a police station where the police discovered that she not only had double the amount of money necessary to pay for the items she stole, but also that her parents were multi-millionaires. Even worse, she left the precinct with nothing more than a slap on the wrist, which is rather annoying when you consider that her father used to be the mayor of New York, and during his time in office he championed for legislation that would have punished people for crimes as trivial as jaywalking. She walked away from a shoplifting charge scot-free because she was mad at her dad and just couldn't help it. Come on, Caroline, if you're angry at your dad, at least put it on a rap album, then at least we could shoplift it so you know how much stealing hurts. Number 6. The Indian restaurant owner / gold thief. Madhukar Mohandas Prabhakar is a notorious thief who used to take taxis to the wealthy Mumbai district of India, where he would raid the crap out of any house he saw with the lights off. It's not known how much of his ill-gotten gains went to funding his lifestyle and how much of his wealth came from his own actual business, but it's safe to say that Prabhakar was a millionaire. However, unlike the other people on this list, Prabhakar didn't steal for his own benefit, he did it for his community, in which Prabhakar funded many projects, making himself very popular with locals. So, well, hey, not all thieves are bad guys, but then again, Prabhakar was caught and arrested. Maybe he should have tried moving to America, where rich people never seem to go to jail. Number 5. The millionaire who stole history from a library. Farhad Hakimzadeh was a wealthy, knowledgeable businessman with an interest in rare books and cultural history. With that in mind, you'd expect a guy who loves books to be respectful of them and not, say, slash them to pieces to stick in his private collection where no one else could see them. But, well, no, that's exactly what he did. Yes, despite being a lover of rare books and an author himself, Farhad saw absolutely nothing wrong with destroying and damaging dozens of rare, irreplaceable tomes just to pad out his own private collection. Because, hey, knowledge should be free, but awesome knowledge should be locked in a rich guy's library. That's Education 101, everybody. Number 4. The politician who claimed back the money he gave to charity. The MP's expenses scandal was a story that rocked English politics by actually making English people care about politics. Basically, English MPs had expense forms that they could fill in and send off to cover any costs they incurred while serving the country. Many MPs took this to mean free money and promptly sent off for anything and everything that they couldn't be bothered to pay for. Some MPs bought second homes, some bought plasma screen TVs, and others bought moats and houses for their ducks. Then you had the politicians who really took the piss. Frank Cook successfully claimed back £5 that he had donated to charity, along with another £130,000 worth of stuff. He later apologized for his mistake because obviously filling in a form and signing it is something we all do by accident all the time. Number 3. The comptroller who stole millions on top of an $80,000 paycheck. We can't let England have all the glory, though. Over in America, there's also plenty of people milking the system. We have people like Rita Crundwell, who, on top of being paid $80,000 a year, decided that she needed to embezzle millions of dollars from taxpayers just to get by, because, how do you expect someone to live on a measly $80,000 a year? Number 2. The millionaire who stole a veteran's credit card to buy pizza. Richard Ludwig, a Michigan dentist, was accused of stealing a military veteran's credit card to buy pizza while in town for his son's baseball game. What makes this entry sad isn't that a millionaire stole from a Navy vet who'd just finished buying presents for his 9-year-old son's birthday. Rather, it's how fast said millionaire took that chance. When Harun Majid lost his credit cards, he called his credit card company and explained the situation, only to be told that no less than 8 minutes after he'd lost them, somebody had already found them and used them to buy $40 worth of pizza. When cops caught up to the thief, they not only found out that he was a millionaire, but that he had $250 in cash in his back pocket. When asked if he needed the money, Dr. Richard Ludwig responded flippantly and asserted that he was a millionaire. When asked why he decided to steal the cards like a bottle instead of returning them or handing them into the police, he responded with, "I picked up the card, what was I supposed to do with it?" Oh, we don't know, Ludwig. How about next time you decide not to be a total prick? Number 1. The millionaire who became a Lego baron. Though the thought of people with more money than most stealing things they don't need is one we find a bit infuriating, this next story is just so hilarious it's pretty hard to be mad at the guy. Thomas Langenbach, a wealthy tech worker, created the persona of Tom's Brickyard, which over several months became one of the foremost sellers of Lego on eBay. Tom's Brickyard, prior to Langenbach's arrest, had actually got an almost perfect 99.9% approval rating. So where does the theft come into this? Well, Langenbach found that if he printed out barcodes he found online and then stuck them onto toys that he found in Target, he found that he could buy them for a heavily discounted price and sell them online for a profit. So, well, he did just that with thousands of toys. Literally thousands. When the police cottoned on and raided his home, they said it looked like a Legoland and commented that his urge to sell the tiny bricks must have been the result of some sort of compulsion. So, yeah, rich people for some reason do seem compelled to steal things that they could easily afford. However, every now and again they'll do so in such an awesome way that we kind of have to admire them for it. So I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please do give us a thumbs up below and don't forget to subscribe. We got brand new videos just like this every day of the week. For more from me, why not check out my new channel called Highlight History, which is linked to below. And as always, thank you for watching.